So I left university and tried my hand in technology sales first, and I very quickly realised that the technology sales can come later, but I really wanted to understand the nuts and bolts of what technology really means. And for me to be a successful technology salesperson, which is where I'd like to end up, you have to understand how things work.
So I started off with an IBM doing PMO, which is Project Management Office, which essentially entails supporting the project manager, ensuring that kind of all the processes are in place, tracking how the project is moving along. But that was for a classic kind of old school waterfall SAP project, which 3 months analyze, 3 month design, 3 month build, 3 month, and it was just, by the time we got to the end of the project, the business had completely changed over that kind of year or year and a half. So I knew that I didn't really want to continue down that route. And I managed to get myself on a project, an agile project, doing business analysis. So mapping essentially how the business works to how the system is going to work. But because that was in an agile team, I kind of grew and got a really appreciation of how it worked. I was like, shorter timeframes, we're running this in sprints, we're being iterative. And it was a completely different way of working that really resonated with me. And then I kind of like, wow, I'd really love to be a Scrum Master. And then IBM, what's fantastic about IBM, kind of completely supported me on that. There was a need for Scrum Masters, so put me on a lot of education. I did extra work in my own time to kind of brush up on everything and managed to get myself on a agile project as a Scrum Master. And yeah, and I had a couple of them since then. And just kind of building up those skills and building up that career.
Yeah, so I came from, at uni I did business with finance. I had done nothing technical in my life at all. And as I went further through my non-technical journey, I guess I'd put it, I started to realise that I needed to at least understand what was going on, so if I ended up becoming a manager one day, I'd at least have an understanding of what the buzzwords meant, you know, really how it works from the bottom up rather than just the top down. So I requested that I was moved to a technical role, and I think it's been my best decision so far. I was concerned that I'd get left behind, but the support my manager and the project manager has given me and the learning opportunities out there are second to none. We're signed up for an academy. I spend an hour each morning learning things that I might have heard of the day before.
I studied mechanical engineering at university, then came out of university and thought, I'm not entirely sure I want to be an engineer, but I was doing the grad scheme, applying the mad panic applying for jobs thing that I think every grad goes through. I had a friend that worked for IBM, and he recommended it. He said he's really enjoying it, and I thought, good company to work for. I've only heard good things about working for them, so I'll give it a go. And then it was the opportunity for me to do a variety of things that really sold it to me. And you've got to take your fate into your own hands a bit, but if you do that here, you can work on so much different and interesting things that you will always be occupied. The first role you get is, I'm sure it's no surprise, there's less input from you because you're new, you've not got a network, etc., etc. But within the first few months, you get to know people and you build your network, and that's how I've got my roles. So from going to events and just meeting people around the office and being a friendly face, that's how you get to know people and get to work on the fun projects with them. So.